Welcome, everyone, to episode 20. Yeah, big 2-0. We've been doing this for a while now. Of the Cosmere Reads. Yeah.
So. We can almost drink.
Almost. Next week. That's why I'm drinking Aqua.
Oh, you all basic and stuff.
that and I just don't think I have any alcohol in the house. Actually, I do. I got alcohol in the house. I just didn't feel like I was lazy. I didn't feel like drinking something. I didn't have any beer left in the house, and I didn't feel like mixing anything. So, but yeah. So anyway, quick announcements. So let's get into that first. So if you didn't catch it, Wad of Fortune championship round was last week. It was a blowaway. Our champion just blew. The wheel was not kind to the other contestants, but yeah, we finished. No, it was not.
It was not.
it was very brutal. But yeah, go check it out. It's still on the YouTube. You can just check it out on the channel. And it was a lot of fun. So we'll bring back season 2.
I won't spoil it, but I won.
Season 2 will be coming next month. I think we'll see. Other than that, yeah, not too much else new as far as announcements go. Not that I can think of. I'm sure there is, but I'm so scatterbrained right now because yeah, I feel like there's not enough time and everything's just happening so fast. So it's life is busy, but that's okay. Kids and work and all the things. But we have a guest tonight. So
hey,
yeah, all the way from beautiful sunny Wyoming. Our favorite mod, Skeeter, is here tonight to join us. Sorry, Zool. Zool's also our favorite mod. They're all our favorite mods. They're equally our favorite.
Right.
And Skeeter, of course, has read, I think, almost all the Cosmere stuff. Almost all of it? Almost all of it?
Yeah, pretty much all of it. There's probably a couple short stories and stuff here and there that I'm missing.
Little novellas and things. Yeah. Call the Secret Project so far? Caught up on those? On the
no, not those, actually.
Okay.
I haven't touched any of those.
Yeah, those are fun. But yeah, so anyways, but as far as Mistborn goes, Skeeter is well versed in the world of Mistborn in Scadrial. So yeah, welcome. Thank you for coming on, Skeeter. You can help me fumble through this episode.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man, welcome.
Yeah, what's new with you guys, Will Alondo?
I'm sick. I just got sick today, so I'm struggling right now through like runny nose and stuff.
Oh man,
my Commanders had a big win today, so that was pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this guy! Yeah,
3-21 at halftime and came back and won 35-33. So
okay,
that was cool. Other than
who did
that,
they play against? Who was against? Broncos.
Denver Broncos.
Yeah, Broncos. Yeah.
We're at Denver, so
okay.
Yeah,
my squad won as well, but it was against the Detroit Lions.
Yeah.
Seattle Seahawks, by the way. But the thing I'm more pissed about is that my soccer squad, AC Milan, lost ruthlessly to Inter Milan 5-1. That was rough.
That's rough.
That's a rival match too.
It is a rival match. Oh God.
Oof.
I can't say anymore. I can't say
you don't speak the Lions though. The Lions are pretty good.
Yeah, which I was happy about. So it made up for the unbearable loss that my team took to Inter Milan. Because
hey, at least it wasn't the Giants last week. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you a Giants fan, Alan?
No, I'm not. I just saw the score.
Yeah, they got blown away.
Yeah, that was a rough one to watch.
They won today, though.
I don't watch much sports ball, so
it's crazy though. A week ago, me and my stepson were talking about how we really got to like get off this whole turf thing, and then like the next week, Aaron Rodgers, Achilles, turf, yada yada, and I was like, this is what we're talking about because I played soccer in my youth.
Yeah.
I didn't play on turf a lot. And then my stepson played, and soccer, no problem. I mean, grass, no problem. But every time they play on turf, someone had like a crazy, weird injury because what people do not understand, if you've never played on it before, it has no give. So when you like plant, I mean, you get the weirdest injuries, and There's a reason why. Don't knock it when you hear it. Turf toe is a thing.
Mm-hmm.
It is devastating to a athlete. So
yeah. So I want to play extreme soccer. I'm just trying to find someone that wants to play with me. But that's what I want to get good at that. Where you have a court full of Legos and you play barefoot with a bowling ball. You know. And you...
Good luck with that. So I'm not going to play that with you. Just FYI.
It's extreme soccer.
Extreme soccer playing with Legos, right? That's what every parent plays every day.
Yeah, if I could move the camera fast, I could show you the amount. I know they cleaned it up, but the normal amount of Legos on the floor is it's a minefield trying to walk through like the playroom area. It's
you want to encourage them.
Oh yeah,
to be like oh yeah, build stuff, do the things.
When you step on one of those,
please pick it up.
It's rough.
All you need is ones of like even the tiniest ones, the little tiny like making like headlights on cars or something.
Yeah,
them joints are like break a toe.
Yeah, and Pythos is drinking nothing but Robitussin and sadness.
Oh, still sick. Oh,
still
no.
sick.
I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah. You
Will.
Sick. By the way, Will, this is like your second illness over the course of the podcast, man.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. I never normally get sick, but this year something's going on. But
well, if you just want to,
I have my new
Cosby
you automatically win. You automatically. I don't know if you know, that's actually automatic bingo.
Very nice.
Yeah, there you go. Automatic.
This is what's getting me through right now.
Hey,
yeah,
well done.
I don't have the bingo card pulled up, but it hasn't really updated much since last week. We'll talk about the end if we want to. Awesome. You will be able to add sound effects as well, if you want to, not just coughing, but I saw you had a little bit of props for this episode, so I'm excited to see that.
Just give me the wink.
It's
time.
Yeah.
Spoiler
Sounds good. Yeah. And how's things in Wyoming, Scooter? Everything good?
Yeah, man.
All right. Awesome. Well, let's go right into these chapters.
And Skeeter, I'm sorry I got on late, so I get a chance to really chit chat with you, man. So hopefully during the course of today's episode, man, I want to get to know you. So
yeah, Skeeter's awesome. He we met in real life at Jordan last year and got to have a few drinks.
Worries.
So
cool. All right.
Yeah, good times. So yeah, chapter 15.
His brunch.
What did you say? What was that?
What'd you say, Skeeter?
Oh, and some delicious brunch.
Oh yeah, the brunch was great.
Jordan Con memories.
Jordan Con brunch, fantastic.
Oh hey, that's the draw? Okay.
Yeah. The Bloody Marys are chef's kiss. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
my language.
Chapter 15. So we start. It's back in Sazed. We're 8 days out from leaving the conventicle. And Sazed kind of had waited for a while for Marsh to catch up. And he waited 8 days and figured that he can find his own way. He's a big boy. That he's done waiting. So that's how we start.
Yeah.
Before we get to this village. Yeah. Question, where do you think Marsh went to?
That's all I wrote down as a note. It's like, where the hell is Marsh right now?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He's already sus because, you kind of wonder whether he's gotten too much of an affinity for his new brethren.
Yeah.
You don't know. I'm like,
anytime you spikes through eyes, you're definitely sus.
Yeah.
So, anything else that you guys picked up or want to talk about before we move to this village that we get to? Urbine?
Nah, keep going.
All right. So he's making his way, I guess, to the eastern dominance, back towards Luthadel, and he stumbles upon on a hilltop, I guess, overlooking the main road towards this little village. And I say little, it's a decent sized town, but the village is dark, and it's he figures there should be a little more activity, and he's kind of wondering. He's switching back and forth between his copper mind, his memory, and he talks about that a little bit. I thought this was a really interesting nugget too. Is every time you do it, it fuzzles the memory a bit, And it reminded me of like a story, or not a story, but something that happens with our memory as well. And why eyewitness encounters are always not that great is because every time you recall a memory, your brain does change the facts a little bit. Mm-hmm. So it's one of these sayings or whatever, something that some of your fondest, oldest memories are actually your least accurate ones.
Right.
Because the things you recall on the most and think about the most have been changed the most in your mind. And that's not actually what happened. Yeah, it's little subtle changes. But pretty crazy. So same thing with the cop. Yeah.
So with Fair-Kimmy, I'm still kind of wrapping my head around a lot of it, but does that mean that like everything that they're committing to Coppermind isn't all necessarily true, or is there another place that they store it that it's more like solid?
As long as they don't touch it, it stays preserved perfectly fine. But every time they pull it out into their mind, and then it goes back in, it comes in with the mind's influence on it. So it goes back in slightly off. Yeah,
that's interesting.
Which makes
things because they aren't just. It's not just like reading a book or whatever. You're actually erasing the data as you pull it into your mind. Then your mind that makes the change or whatever, and then put it back on the Coppermind. So the actual source material that he's pulling from becomes slightly more corrupted each time he uses it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
Yeah,
it's like the memories from like South Park, basically.
Yeah.
Remember when? And it's like, oh no, it's not like that. I always remember. By the way, I'm gonna go ahead and segue right here and say, people who talk right now about how great Empire Strikes Back is, I remember when that joint came out. I was a little youngling, and people hated it. But now everybody's like, it's the best Star Wars movie that ever came. I was like, stop your noise, because I remember back then it was like, oh, we hate it. I was a young kid, and I was like, I watched Star Wars because it used to put it on a loop on like whatever the channels were back in the day. And Empire Strikes Back came out, and everybody was like, oh, this is the worst. I hate it. It's like Han Solo and Princess Leia are just sitting in a freaking asteroid inside of a freaking worm, and blah blah blah, and Luke gets his hand cut off, and blah. And the reviews were terrible, but yet still, now here we are, like 40 years later, and everybody's like, "Oh, it's the best Star Wars ever," and I'm like, "Yeah, it's because you don't remember what it was like when it came out." And everybody's like, "Not the best." So
Yep. Yeah, and a lot of that with the prequels too. Like prequels are very hated on back when they first came out, and now they're much loved by the next
generation. Loves it, and I got no hate. I'm not going to yuck their yum. Do you?
Do you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But can we talk about Ahsoka for it? No. That show's been amazing, by the way. But anyway, so it's not the Star Wars reads. The new podcast we're starting next week.
With all your free time.
Sorry, guys. We nerding out here.
We're gonna read through. We're gonna start with Bloodlines, Star Wars novel,
it's
the first Star Wars biography.
So it's not a joke.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's just looking for co-host still.
Yeah, I'm still looking for co-host. So anyways, so back to Copperminds. But yeah, so back and forth, and talks about like keeping some of them pristine, like some they don't touch. They take them back up to terrace and don't mess with, because it's that important of information that only if it's absolutely needed. But things like geography and cities, they call from back and forth. But this particular village, is supposed to be like a nice little village and pretty bustling from what he can recall from his Coppermind. But he's looking down and it looks pretty dead.
Yeah.
Like suspiciously dead.
Yeah, I like your term there, dead.
Yeah, because So
there's goats roaming about.
There's what running about?
goats, like farm animals.
Goats. Oh yeah, the farm animals. Yeah, and he was wondering about that too. Like, shouldn't they be tended to? Maybe they just. I know he's like, I've heard stories about people just letting goats kind of graze wild, and then the shepherds come and round them up. But
he's like, do they have enough food to where they don't care about like predators coming and eating their goats? Like, this is a little weird.
Yeah.
Mm.
Exactly. Not everything's dead. All right.
We didn't know at the time.
Yeah, but we get there, and everything's dead. Everyone's dead.
Yeah, everything is dead.
Everything's dead. Everyone is dead. There are just people
except the goats, obviously.
Right. Except for the goats. Goats got like immortal magic. I don't know if you knew that. So.
Over dozens of people, over 100 total, dead for no obvious reason.
Yep.
And he starts thinking, it could have been a plague that came through here. Like, what could have happened? Like, did the, he starts, his mind starts wondering, thinking about the mists and stuff like that, and all sorts of other things, and yeah. What are your thoughts on the whole entire village? And they're not like stabbed or anything. Like, they're not murdered. They're just dead.
I'm gonna go ahead and go with my Mulan reference. It was like, there's a curse on you, curse on your ancestors, curse on your cow. And they just all just passed away because Mushu, he came out and he was like, little mini dragon, and he just put curses on people. Now, all I thought about, I don't want to jump ahead, but all I thought about this whole time was vampires. And then it was like kind of supported later. We're gonna get to that, but yeah, I was like, oh, vampires might be a thing here. Yeah.
Well, one guy's still alive, so that's like the very next scene. He's walking through and he sees. Does he see movement, or does he sense something with something? I'm trying to remember. I heard the sound of breathing. He turns on his 10.
Right.
That's what it was, and he heard breathing. So he stops to look for movement, and finally finds this guy lying in the bodies, trying to stay really still. And goes and confronts. Yeah, and goes and confronts this guy, and this guy has obviously gone batshit crazy.
Yes.
He's just like, they're asking like, the man's like, yeah, there's no food. He goes, what do you mean? There's like goats out in the country, outside the city, like right over there. Like there's plenty of food. Right. Like, why don't you go food? He's like, no, we ate all the food. The food's gone. And then he goes to like eat one of the corpses. It's just, it's an interesting little gory scene.
The whole thing is just, yeah.
So we find out how they died. They are terrified that the mists have returned, and they're killing people. So they're terrified to leave their houses, and they starve to death rather than leave. So that's what happened.
Yeah.
The other interesting tidbit was when he asked the guy about who left, and like he talks about who survived. Some survived the mists, others I think he said like shook, fell to the ground, and got back up, and then some just died. So Caesar was digging in, trying to figure out like, well, who survived and like why did they survive versus other people died, trying to like learn. I thought he was asking really smart questions, to figure out like, so you can survive the mist, but you can't. Like, what's the variable there that like,
the mist let some survive but killed others. Huh.
Yeah.
But he never really got an answer because that guy's batshit crazy.
Yeah,
right.
More interested in eating arms of dead people.
Yeah, he's like, it's time for food. He goes and rips the arm. Starts eating rotten meat.
He's like, have you tried this KFC drumstick?
Yeah.
The jumbo size right here.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the name of there's actually a disease that's actually, hold on. Keep talking.
Zombieitis? I mean, where are we going with this, Alan?
Well, yeah.
It happened at Kuru. That's what it's called, Kuru. Yeah, it's a disease that's only that can only be contracted by eating undercooked human brain.
Oh, good God, Lord have mercy! I wish so. I would put that as number one thing that I wish I did not know.
So in Papua New Guinea, during the tribes that practice cannibalism,
don't want to know more. I don't want to know anymore.
They had an outbreak.
So remember, kids, be sure to cook your brains thoroughly.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Remember,
I know when
the more you know.
Appropriate temperature is about 165.
Right,
internal.
right. Use a meat thermometer, people. And I also recommend a little garlic powder.
Yeah.
The secret, cumin. I don't know if you knew this.
Cumin
Works
on
with
human. It's just.
So remember, cumin.
I just lather it with
cumin.
Tony Chachere's.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I think we just need that like clip at the very end, like G.I. Joe. Knowing is half the battle.
Right. And knowing is half the battle. There it is. So the reason why you went crazy is you put cumin on your human brain.
Yeah, exactly. Eating raw flesh. There's lots of
know,
diseases.
G.I. Joe. Yes.
Yeah. Need to get the clip for it. But yeah, so and then he goes on to talking about like the Lord Ruler. He's like, the Lord Ruler abandoned us. Why did he abandon us? Why did he go? And so he's like, the Lord Ruler was a tyrant. He's like, no, he loved us. He ruled us. And now he's gone. The mist can kill us. They hate us.
Yeah.
The
fact that this whole mystique about what people believed about the Lord Ruler is still boggling my mind. Because we have heard it from the viewpoint of, Kelsier, his crew, et cetera, et cetera. We hadn't really heard it much from the people. And so now this book is like getting us a whole new perspective of how they felt the Lord Ruler was, how he interacted with them, the mystique about him. And it was so glossed over in the first book. And now here we are. And it's like the mystique about this guy is now coming to light. And it's like, whoa, they really didn't know much about him realistically, even though he was around for 1,000 years.
Yeah.
Crazy.
People in the countryside, didn't know anything besides he's the ruler. Yeah, exactly. So after this, Caesar realized something's wrong. He already realized this, but like he needs to get back faster than ever to Lithidel just to report everything back. So he goes ahead and
he was trying to wait around. He was trying to wait around for Marsh, right?
Right. Yeah.
And then he was like, I can't wait around for
Can't wait around.
Yeah.
So he pulls out a steel mine, which steel makes you go fast. He says it's also hard to charge, I guess, because you have to walk really slow for a couple days. Sloth like.
That's gonna be terrible. He's got like a little old lady. He needs help from like a Boy Scout going across the street and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, poor dude.
Pulls out a steel mine to run back to Lithidel as fast as possible.
You got it, Skeeter. Yo.
Anyway, so that's how we end this chapter. A little short chapter, not too long. We got zombies and eating brains, or arms at least. And Sazed finding a village that's been attacked and killed by a lot of the mist and people that starve themselves rather than go out into it.
Yeah.
Brains.
Zombies, vampires. I got zombie vibes too.
Yeah, I got vampire vibes, but yeah, zombie makes more sense. It's like
arm. I'll eat the arm now. Yeah. So craziness. How desperate do you have to be to like literally starve rather than go outside? Like how bad? How terrified? I know phobia is a real thing, and I know this happens. It's happened before with like shipwrecks and things like that, where people get stranded on a reef or whatever, and one person gets attacked by a shark and they starve on the reef rather than try to swim for it.
Yeah.
Stuff like, I know it's portrayed in movies, but stuff like that does happen. But yeah.
But the thing is, we've actually seen what can happen with the mist now.
Yes.
See, it was a different thing before the beginning of this book. When we saw somebody affected by the mist, saw what they went through, and now you have to assume someone else in this world has seen someone else go through what happens if they're impacted by the mist. So yeah, I get that. If you see one person get mist virus, and they're like, "Oh no, you got the mist virus," and then they go down, and you're like, "Oh, okay, I'm gonna stay inside and just eat peanut butter for like 7 years."
Do you think this is related to the figure that Finn's seen in the mist?
We'll get to that.
I got notes. We'll get there. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah. And yes, Pythos, it is a ritual funeral cannibalism. Yeah. Talked about the Papua New Guinea tribes eating people.
Oh.
It's yeah. He asked a question.
Morbid episode of.
It's a very, very morbid episode.
Cosmere Reads.
Yeah. They don't just eat random people though. Like you're safe to go visit them. They don't just kill people and eat because it's a ritual thing. So anyway.
True.
Yeah.
So that makes it better.
Absolutely. Consensual brain eating is way different than unconsensual brain eating.
Yes, there it is.
I mean, if there's nothing left, was it the film Alive, the plane crash of the Argentina soccer players?
Now 10% more morally verified.
All right, chapter 16.
Oh wait, I wanted to highlight one other thing from this chapter that doesn't have to do with cannibalism.
Go ahead, go for it.
And we've seen examples of this before, but one thing that I think is interesting is with the Pharaoh Kami, with Sazed using his tin mines, he talks a lot about how he has to, put himself at a disadvantage to soar up whichever ability, sight or whatever. And one thing we see in this is when he comes in and smells like a little overwhelming, he starts feeding his smell tin mine to dull his sense of smell. So what you would think of as a disadvantage, Sazed actually uses as an advantage while still charging this thing. And now he might be able to smell better.
Yeah, that's a good point. I never thought about that. I mean, if I was to be in a situation where it's I actually want to dull my senses just because I don't want to smell your bathroom farts.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, I can see that. It's let me go ahead and dull my senses right now because I don't need them, and then use that capability later on. I never even thought about that. That's a great point, though. So yeah, good call.
I have a question on that. That's quite a balancing act, right? Because if you walk in somewhere and it's super stinky and you don't want to smell it, you obviously, whatever you want to call it, make yourself less sensitive to the smell.
Yeah, you dull it, right?
Yeah, you dull it.
Yeah.
But if you are in a rose garden and you really want to smell the roses, if you want to smell something that smells good. So, how do you prepare for that? Do you have one ring, for example, that would dull it, and then another ring that would, you have a dull enhanced ring or
same ring?
Right. Can you have multiple though?
So
I mean, when you're filling one up, it dulls it. When you're using it, it enhances. So it's what you're doing to it.
It taps what you filled it up.
Are you saying you could have two and you're dulling one and then using the other one?
No, I guess I'm just asking, how are you, battle ready? Do you just have a, Neo in the Matrix busts open his trench coat and he's got rings ready for whatever he needs to do?
Yeah, I mean, so that
was horrible, but that's the way I'm thinking about it.
You'll see descriptions, are I guess Sazed when he's in full garb, how many earrings and rings he's wearing, and and bracers, he's wearing metal everywhere.
Right.
And a lot of it's terrace fashion to do that, but it's more than just fashion. It's just
So I made the assumption that that's how it worked, but Will, thank you for asking the question because I just had this implicit assumption. It was never laid out explicitly. So thank you for asking the question because you're right. I mean, what if it's you got to store it in a different place, or you got to use a different mechanism to actually utilize that capability? I never really thought about it. I made the wild assumption, like everybody who's probably reading the book at this point, that was the way it worked. So thank you for asking the question. That's a great question. Yeah.
I think too deep on it sometimes. I think it's better sometimes to just assume, but
I
also think
very valid question.
Really interesting. So.
Fear Kami is extremely interesting. Yeah,
it is very. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I actually, as a personal preference, I'll take Feruchemy over Allomancy. But that's just a personal preference of mine.
And of course, up until this point, it's been purposefully vague, based on what happened at the end of the last book. It's purposely vague. So great question.
I'm glad you asked that, Skeeter. I'm glad you pointed that out, because I also wanted to touch on how Sazed picks up the one guy, the crazy guy. He burns whatever to gain strength and literally carries the dude outside. Yeah. And then the guy just like scurries off down the road. He's like, no, there's no food.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys ready for chapter 16?
See.
All right. So Vin's in her quarters, which she's hardly ever there because she's either with Elendar out and about around the city. And she's going through a ton of books. It looks like going through Lindy's logbook, the Lord, or I guess Rashek. I don't know the logbook they have, Rashek. And looking for references to the Mist Spirit and the deepness is what she's kind of trying to do research on. I guess she selects one at random. Sometimes I wonder if I'm going mad. Perhaps it's due to the pressure of knowing that I must somehow bear the burden of the entire world. Perhaps it is the cause of death I've seen, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Sometimes I see shadows follow me, dark creatures I don't understand, nor do I wish to understand. Perhaps they're figments of my overtaxed mind. So, yeah.
She's digging through doing research. I put researching the Mist Spirit was my note, I think, on that one.
Yeah. But she's also looking for, that and the deepness. The two things, I guess.
The deepness.
Which none of us understands at this point. So she's asking the same questions we're asking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She's like, what the hell was it? What's going on? Why was Rashek successful? What happened? Etc. Well, not Rashek wasn't successful. The dude he went up there with, what's his name?
Alendi.
Thank you, Alendi. Thank you. Why was he successful? What actually is it, and is it coming back? Is it still here? Is it going to be a resurgence? All the questions.
Yeah. Yeah.
On another note, I appreciated Sanderson's description of how Vin is like spreading these papers about, because it talks about how it's like she explains like it's her first book, and I mean, I feel like a lot of people do that when you're really getting deep into like researching literature. You make copies of the textbook and you like spread it out versus like flipping through all the pages. But I don't know.
And there it is. I was waiting for that.
Yes. Yeah. She was like deep. She was deep into it. And Orsur is like over there in the corner, like, you've been doing this for 2 hours. Are you okay? You good?
Exactly.
Like,
yeah.
Because Pepe is out there. God, I love that show so much anyway.
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Yeah.
It's always like. Pepe. What's Pepe Silvia? It's Pepe Silvia. What's going on, Pepe Silvia? Yeah.
What's the episode? I think it's the episode's what is it? The gang gets healthcare or something like that. They get a job in the mailroom.
Yes,
because they get a job in the mailroom because they both have like heart attacks.
Mac and Charlie trying to get healthcare.
They're like, we'll work for free as long as you give us healthcare.
Right, in the mailroom. And then they finally got fired like days before. And he's like, oh yeah, we got fired a long time ago. But they had to find out who Pepe Silvia was.
Yeah, who Pepe was. Yeah.
That's right.
Anyway, so Osir's kind of getting bored of Vin. Like, okay, it's been hours. Like, what's the point of all this? What are you doing? And has a nice little conversation. Just she's like, I thought you didn't care about how I spent my time. And he's like, I don't, but I still get bored. Like,
yeah.
Nice little back and forth with them. And she explains, it's the Lord Ruler's logbook. Actually, and she says, well, actually, it's the logbook of the Lord Ruler we knew. The logbook of the man who should have been the Lord Ruler. And Osir is a little confused by this. And she kind of just brushes it off. Like, oh, no, I guess she explains it. Yeah, she says, Yeah, the man who took power of the world station, the man is not the man who wrote this book. Mm-hmm. There's a prophesized hero, but he was betrayed by Rashik, hero's Pac-Man. He said, but I don't know anything else really. He's like, but then she says, I thought we already talked about this, like when you were new. Like, why are you asking me questions about this? Like, and he's like, I recall you briefly mention it.
Yeah.
And
that checks out because I don't really feel like they went into a lot of detail before about this whole thing. Out loud. I feel like it was there was a lot of stuff that they said it was like kind of glossed over.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like Orseer's like in the right to be like, what you talking about, Willis? And I'm like, yeah, that's kind of what happened, because they were like reading it because remember they were getting it piecemeal.
Yeah, they were.
The diary, and at the time it was like, oh, Ish went down, blah blah blah. We don't really quite understand what's going on here. And then it's like, at the end of the book, it's like, oh, well, 2 and 2 makes 4. But, I mean, it's not like they were like, hey, Renew, just FYI, this is what's going on right now. They weren't really, like, relaying those kind of messages back. Kelsier would have.
Mm-hmm.
But remember that Vin was the one that kind of figured it all out based on her final fight, with the Lord Ruler. So
yeah. And then she reads another passage. It isn't a shadow, the dark thing that follows me. It isn't really a shadow. It's blackish, translucent, looks kind of shadow-like, but solid outline.
Yeah.
Wispy and formless, like it's made out of black fog or mist, perhaps. Finn lowers the pages and thinks more about this mist spirit thing. Just, is it the same thing? Also finds more references to the deepness. Still has no idea what it is. Yep. So, any other thoughts about her research?
Something about the writing made it seem like they were trying to allude to the fact that this other mist thing was like a figment of her imagination or something. I felt like that's what they were trying to kind of drop the hints of that. It was like, oh, this isn't real or something.
Yeah, she paused. I assume I'm not mad.
Okay. Yeah. So I felt like I was picking up vibes of that, and I was like, no, there's no way that I get it because no one's seen him other than her in the context that she's seen him. I mean, because the last couple of chapters didn't Orseer like either left or came in late or whatever it was. I can't remember. But it seems like she's like the only person who's like seen this dude. What's his name? Yeah. It's the Watcher, but what's his name? Zane. Yeah,
Zane.
We'll find out later.
Billy Zane.
Yeah, Billy Zane. Yes, from Titanic. So, so it gives you this impression she might be going mad for like a half minute, and I was like, no. The writing's on the wall. He's real.
Yeah. Yeah, and it goes through even more, I guess, more from the logbook. That this mist thing did kill someone. It can affect the world. It placed a knife right in the FedEx chest. I'm certain the wound would have been more traumatic. Of course, Rashik thought I stabbed him because we were the only two, we were alone that night. Yeah.
She on your comment, Orlando. She even talks about on like how whoever wrote this logbook made the decision to either decide, yeah, I'm mad and I'm seeing shit, or no, I'm not mad, this is a real thing. And she's like, I think that points out she's kind of trying to figure out, like, am I crazy or am I actually seeing this stuff right now? And she's like, nah, I got to make this decision. Like, this is actually happening. I'm not like just hallucinating this stuff.
Right.
So, yeah, it definitely gave me that image that like Vin is kind of questioning reality for a second, but she's like, nah, like this dude said it in the logbook. I'm seeing the same thing. Like this is legit stuff. Which
I feel like it's trying to conflate a whole bunch of different things that she's seeing and making her question. Because the best thing you can do to make somebody go crazy is to make them question everything about their reality. So not just question one thing, but question everything. And I feel like that makes so much sense. But she's got, Zane. She's got like this mist being out there. She's still like, dealing with some like trauma, which we talked about in the last book, PTSD. Poor thing. I mean, and so she's dealing with a lot. And again, I always keep coming back to the fact she's only 17, 18.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
She's young.
Yeah, she's young.
She's young. I mean, and she's dealt with a lot. I mean, and she also battled and killed the Lord Ruler. I mean, the trauma of all this stuff. Yeah, it's gonna rip it. It's gonna tear at your mind in different ways. So,
Alondo, do you think these mist spirits? I'm asking Alondo because Alan and Skeeter have read it. Do you think that the mist spirits can only be seen by Mistborn? Because I kind of was wondering that. Like,
I've been thinking that the whole time. There's a Mistborn thing that because you have. I think of different metals as spectrums, right? So okay. I'm gonna go ahead and lay out this analogy. I think about the Predator. When the Predator can actually see in like different like spectrums, right? So Predator is like click, and it's like infrared and ultraviolet and regular light that we can all see in all the different spectrums. And I feel like the same thing happens with Mistborn because they do metals, and it's like, oh, I can do tin and pewter and steel and all the different variations they're in. And so they have sight beyond sight. I'm going to go ahead and just coin that phrase right now. Sure. Sight beyond sight. And they just see things other people can't, which means they also see some ish that you probably shouldn't be seeing.
Yeah.
So, yes, I mean, Will, I feel like that's a Mistborn thing. I don't think it's going to be like everybody else is scared of this, but they don't understand why they're scared of it. But it might be because they can't see it.
Right. And so it's like it's a disease or it's a plague versus Mistborn are like, nah, there's shit in the mist. You just can't see it.
There it is. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Will,
So close.
This is the first time I had thought about that possibility. Damn it.
So close.
Alan's like, sure.
You might be spot on. I don't know. But anyway, so ready to switch to Ellen's point of view?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So Ellen's on top of the city wall. He's looking over at the sieges, plural, because there's two armies digging in.
What's the plural of siege?
Yeah. And it's the plural sieges, right? Is that?
Sure. Or is it siege? I assume.
CG? CGI. He's looking at the CGI. It's going to be Latin now. A Latin root.
Oh, no.
Pretty sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, so looking over at the armies digging in, and if you can play the Titanic, my heart will go on. I will die a happy man.
We'll save that for episode 50.
You get to practice a little more. Okay, got it. So yeah, looking over and Alondo's boy shows up. Our boy Clubs.
Clubs, man,
has been sent by.
He's the voice of just old dude who's like seen some ish.
Yeah, but he's been sent by Tindwell to fetch Ellen pretty much, and they have a nice little quick conversation just about. He says, "Hey, you made yourself the focal point of this. You have to go meet with one of these kings, whether it's Straff, Farset, because they're not going to meet with any of the other crew. Like, this is your place to be." And Ellen stays quiet for a little bit, and he looks at Clubs and says, "Am I good king, Clubs? In your opinion?" Clubs responds, says, "I've known worse leaders." But I've also done a hell of a lot better too. Like,
I love this dude. I love him.
Like, I'll be honest. Like, I mean, you're not the worst.
I love it. Club's my boy. He's my boy. All right.
I like what he said next though too.
Yeah, Ellen nods slowly. I want to be good at this. And Club's, his response was, in my experience has been that a man usually is made by the situation. Kelsier was a selfish dandy until the pits nearly broke him.
Dandy. He went with dandy.
He's like, will the siege be your pits of Hathsin, Ellen Venture?
Yes. Yeah, that was harsh. Now, he called him a dandy, then immediately came back and was like, is this going to be your pits of Hathsin? I was like, oh, shots fired, dude. Okay.
Sometimes it takes a little trauma to build character, just that little bit.
Gotta make him grow up,
but not too much. It's a fine line where you don't go into full mental disorders and you completely break down them like mentally. But there's a fine line of like building character and being completely destroyed by the event and emotionally damaged and scarred for the rest of your life. What is that? I need to also get that clip, that emotional damage. Damage. Yeah.
Emotional damage. Damn, I think it's hilarious. Yeah, you got to just like give them subtle critiques and be like, that's a very interesting walk you have there.
Yeah.
And they're like, wait, what's wrong with my walk? And they're like, start thinking about, am I limping funny? What
are the good old backhanded compliments? You gotta love those.
Oh, yes. That's a bold move to style your hair that way. Good for you. I can pull it off, but you can. It's like, oh, wait, what? Huh? Wait, huh?
Yep. So he's like, then we'll have to see whether it is or not. And he goes down below. He looks down below and sees the tall, feminine figure in the colorful terrace robes. Tendrils down there waiting. A terrace woman I thought the terrace woman was supposed to be docile and kindly, and Ellen smiled. I guess Sazin spoiled us.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Clubs is still asking if she's safe around Tendril, and Ellen's just like, her story checks out. She's fine. I'm safe. And so that's where we end the Clubs interchange. So anything more from your boy Clubs?
Tendril's like, no, I like her. I like her. Oh, Tendril. I don't know why. I just
she's awesome.
I love her work ethic, by the way. Yeah, she works hard. She does her thing. She's like, I'm not trying to mess around here, just trying to get things done, so on and so forth. She's like, don't question me, so on and so. I like her. Yeah, we'll get to that later. Anyway.
Yeah. So he goes down to see Tendril, and first thing I think she says is, we need to get you something better to wear.
It's
like, what do you mean? He goes, it's disgraceful.
She pulls no punches. She's like, yeah, your outfit, not fire. She goes in hard. Love it.
And then Ellen starts arguing. She cuts him off, which I just love this. Just cuts him off because kings don't argue; they command. Like you're gonna be a king, like you command. You don't argue with me.
This lady.
Dude, have you guys seen the movie The Campaign?
No, I haven't.
With Zach Galifianakis and Will Ferrell.
Yes. Okay. I was gonna say, I know I've seen this. I remember the name. I was like, why do I know this? Okay. Yes, I have seen it. Yes. Great
movie, but Tendril is like Zach Galifianakis' like campaign manager when he comes in. Yeah. It's like, what are you doing with these pugs? We got to get you some golden retrievers if you're gonna go after this guy.
That's right. That's right.
Anyways, she's whipping him into shape.
Yeah.
Be a king, I guess.
Ellen's even like, well, I guess, I'll keep a few, suits for formal occasions. And it was like, no, you're not going to wear suits anymore at all. He's like, excuse me. And he's like, you maintain the dress code preferred by the nobility, sanctioned by the final empire. In some respects, that was a good idea, but you know what? You're in a different position now. You're at war. Your dress should reflect that.
Yeah.
And you know, he says, you know, I'm no warrior. This uniform would be a lie. He says the first point we'll soon see to that. The second is not true. You command the armies of the Central Dominance.
Right.
You are. The uniform is not a lie. Yeah.
Hey man, look good, feel good.
Yeah.
But everything she says makes sense. Everything she says makes perfect sense, and good on her. I mean, getting this young boy, because again, let's not forget the age. He's book learned. He don't know, you know, what it takes to be like, you know, a king and like run things and do things. And yeah, she's like, no, you need to step up your game, please. Yeah.
So then they go down to the tailor and get fitted into like military garb kind of thing with shield and shield-like design and a spear emblazoned on it and all this other stuff. And Ellen's just like, I don't know about all this. And Tyndall's like, stop. It's like, if you have objections, and voice your objections. Don't be vague.
Yeah.
And Ellen's like, I like my hair. I like my hair.
That's where he draws the line. Like, no haircut.
Yeah. And then he drew the line, but then immediately,
overruled.
Yeah. So, you know, all right. So there's where the line.
But it wasn't like a serious haircut. She didn't ask him to like do something crazy.
No.
You know, she was just like, can you get a little bit more kingly with your haircut situation? It wasn't like, you know, hey, I need you to put these dreads in. You know, come on.
Yep. Then went on to the matter of the crown, and he's like, a crown? He's like, no, nothing ostentatious, just a little crown or whatever. And he's like, the Lord Ruler didn't wear a crown. He's like, the Lord Ruler didn't need to remind people who was in charge.
Boom! That's a hot take. Sorry. That was a hot take. I loved it. I listened to that thing 3 times, like back to back to back. I was like, oh, burn. I was like, yes. Because he was like the Lord Ruler. Stop comparing yourself, my guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Look, 1,000 years of rule, 15 months.
Right.
Sorry.
No one respects him. So,
get out of here.
Yeah.
No.
Exactly. Yeah. So 6 uniforms are ordered for him. Be in his room. If you can change the color of your cape if you want variety. That's all you're gonna wear.
Again. She is the Edna Mode of this damn book. She's like, no capes. Okay, you can wear a cape. What color? You get to choose the color. I loved it. The whole thing. I was laughing listening to it.
Yeah. So, anything from all this, the extreme makeover of Ellen before we moved to Demu coming in?
Oh man, I had every what's RuPaul's Drag Race, but top model, blah blah blah, runway, all the vibes from all those like reality shows. It's like right here, and I was like, it's like she was the embodiment of every reality show fashion judge in like one moment, just like she was like, so first of all, be regal, and you need to make sure you have the colors right. You need to wear a little crown, blah 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 blah. And I was like, she's shaping him up. Yeah. So
she even says that, you know, he needs to start learning how to fight for himself. And, you know, he kind of argues back saying, you know, well, I can do that. Look, I fought when Vin was around, you know, to help save her. He was like, yeah, it was a miracle you survived. But and Vin's not going to be always by your side. So you need to start learning actually how to do something. He's like, well, do you want me to spar with Vin and Hamden? He's like, oh God, no.
She's like, you're not on that level.
It's like that would be so embarrassing. You get beat up like that in public. Like, no, we're gonna go private with a dueling master. All right.
Oh man. Again, quickly becoming my favorite. Quickly.
God, no. But yeah, so anyway, so then Demu comes in. So anything from all that before Demu?
No.
Okay. So the door swings open. Demu says, "There's a messenger from your father that's waiting for you."
Yeah.
You know, and you know, he immediately asked, you know, where's Ven? He's like, I think she's in her quarters. And he's like, her quarters? Is she sick? And he's like, did you summon her? Do you need me to summon her? And Ellen says, no, I'll get her. Tell him to make the messenger comfortable. So they end with, you know, I guess Tintwell actually giving him a little bit of a last little lesson, and yeah, trust. A good king is one who is trusted by his people,
right?
And one who deserves that trust. Because so expressions, this outfit, you know, is that what makes a good king? And she answers, no. What makes a good king is trust.
Yep.
Yeah. And that's how we end. And also a good haircut. I mean, it doesn't hurt to look the part.
Sure.
I mean, it helps. Yeah. They talk about that a lot in any kind of sales training you go through. You talk about looking the part, even though as you get older, that doesn't matter nearly as much as it is when you're young. Because it goes back to the whole trust thing and experience. And once you have experience, none of that matters anymore. But when you're young, like Mr. Venture, Ellen Venture, looking the part is a big part of actually gaining any kind of cred. Because if you're like a 22-year-old fresh, you know, fresh into the role, talking to a 60-year-old man about, you know, selling him something. Yeah, if you don't look the part, it's gonna be tough. You're setting yourself up for just having a hard time. But once you're old like me, you can grow beards and you know, do whatever you want because it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
I've been doing this long enough. I don't care.
I'm just not checking the chat. Yeah. So which one of you has a cricket? I have a cricket outside my window.
It's just true.
He's not enjoying the content.
No, he's not.
So yeah, I don't know what that's about. Sorry, Zool. I wish I could do something about it. I probably try to stomp that bitch, but
I actually have one too. I did. Sorry.
Oh, you do too. Okay.
There's two crickets going. All right.
Nice. Yeah, this cricket's like right. So I sprayed a whole bunch of like bug spray, bug guard out in the yard, and I think it's like trying to come closer to the house because that's where it
doesn't like to go. Yeah. That'll happen.
Yeah. Anyway.
Sometimes they actually, when you spray the stuff, they actually come out because then they're running away from it. So like, you'll see that, like especially if you get like hire a pest control company, you'll see more activity because they're coming out of everywhere to try to get out.
Exactly. It actually causes more cricket and bugs and all that kind of stuff because they're like, you spray all this stuff in the yard outside, so let's come into the house. So I feel like I might have messed up.
Yeah,
and I just did that this morning. So
yeah, no, indeed. All right. Anything from all this chapter before we move into chapter 17?
Not for me.
Okay. If only the terrorist religion and belief in the anticipation hadn't spread beyond our people. If only. We don't even know what the terrorist religion is, but if only.
We do not know at this point in time.
Yeah. So chapter 17. We're in Vince's point of view. She's still looking at her logbook when she's interrupted by Ellen saying, hey, there's a messenger from my dad. I want you to accompany me in Osir to go meet this person. So that's how we start. Did you guys see this coming when we meet the messenger?
Like predicted it? No, I didn't. Not the way this all went down. No, I didn't.
Yeah. Well,
like predicted
anything
Watcher
from all
being part of
Ventures.
Well, we had to because the Watcher has been there before the other army came. So I just assumed that the Watcher was part of the previous Lord Venture's camp.
Okay.
I didn't have any reason to think otherwise. Unless I missed something. Did I miss something?
No, not at all.
Oh, okay.
No, I think you predicted that. You said that a couple episodes ago, Londo.
Okay.
I didn't see it coming that the Watcher was going to be Zane, who we find out.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so they walk into the room of the messenger, and Vin, like, literally one of those, like, jaw-dropping moments, like, wait, stop. This is not good. Like, she hisses quietly, stop. What? She says, wait. That's what she said. Ellen turned confused, and he says, and, like, whispers, like, he's Mistborn. Be careful. Ellen frowned, and he thought to himself, he's like, yes, he must be Mistborn. Why else would he just be so confident walking in here by himself? Like, yep. Yeah. Not just a message, Your Majesty. My name is Zane, and I am something of an ambassador. Your father was very pleased to receive your invitation for our alliance. He's glad you're finally seeing reason. So we get a name. Good old Billy Zane.
Billy Zane.
Yeah. Here in the flesh. What do you think about this whole interaction and this talk? Obviously they go back and forth, a little negotiation, about where they're going to meet and those kind of things. And Ellen tries to be like, I'll think about it.
Yeah. I'm going to go back to the last episode that we had, 3 chapters. And this whole idea of making sure you have like 2 armies together coming to siege you, and then it putting you in an advantage because they're going to like possibly fight each other. It's all predicated on the idea that your father hates you enough or dislikes you enough to want to use his army to just completely eradicate you. That part, I'm still quite not... I can't get my head rectified around the idea that,
Strauss already tried to kill him before.
Right, because he had like lined up assassins, right? So
yeah,
that makes sense. But this is all inside baseball, right? I mean, this is all stuff we know. The people on this podcast know, readers know, but the general populace does not. And that's the thing I still can't quite get my head wrapped around with all of this, is that the concept that, Breeze has done his due diligence to line up another army to come in, be the third participant in this battle for this city. But I still just can't get my head wrapped around the idea that, why would people not assume that, Papa Venture and Son Venture come together and, hey, between the 2 of us, we will rule the ish. I still don't understand how come nobody is thinking that way, because I'm thinking that way every single moment. That if it was me and I'm under Ellen, and I'm like, hey, so Dad's out the gates, right? You guys are gonna align, right? Because why not? I still can't get my head wrapped around it, and maybe I'm the only person reading this book who can't, but I just still can't quite get there. It's because it's all about perceptions. It's not about what we know as the reader. It's about what people know. And I keep thinking about the other stuff that people don't know. These are people out here that don't even know who the Lord Ruler really was. They don't even understand that. And yet still they understand the intricacies of politics that go on between a father and son. I can't get my head wrapped around it.
Well, so let me ask you this, Alonso. What if that was a common thought amongst the common people or whatever of Luthadel or whatever? Would that change their behavior at all, do you think?
I don't know. I guess what it really comes down to, though, is that we get a lot of anti-theories when it came to the people who don't understand what the Lord Ruler was, right? And I keep waiting for the anti-theories when it comes to, Venture and his dad. But it seems like everyone is already on board. We just had the last 3 chapters, a whole discussion about people like, oh, well, your dad's going to come in here. He's going to eradicate us. never once did the conversation come up with like, so you and your dad, you guys are cool, right? I mean, that never came up, not once. And I'm like waiting for that conversation where like one person was like, so you and your dad are all right, right? I mean, I know he fled because daddy, scared bucks, but yet and still he comes back with a larger army, and no one says to themselves, yeah, you know what? You and daddy could make an alliance or something.
Yeah.
But maybe the ruthlessness like precedes all of this, but that's the part I still cannot get my head wrapped around.
Okay.
Anyway, that's just me, but it's just still hard for me to kind of understand how that disjointedness happens where everyone is on the same page as us in that particular mode of thinking.
Yeah. Yeah, Pythos says, I guess it depends on who you're talking to. The Ska might think that they would ally, but the other noblemen who have met their dad, pretty much know how much they hate.
And that's completely valid. It's completely valid because maybe noblemen are like all on the know.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it's common knowledge, the same way that it's like if you've met a politician and it's like it's just common knowledge. This politician is just like hates their offspring or something. Maybe that's the thing. I think about Succession, which me and my wife just finished recently, and it's like, oh well, they know that Roman is not gonna do nothing. Go ahead, cut him off, blah blah. I get that. That's maybe the thing that's going on here, but I feel like that subtext is something that we as the readers know, but it's not made obvious that everyone knows. And so that's the reason why it's something I still have kind of trying to get my head wrapped around.
Yeah. Indeed. So what do you think also, as we go back to this meeting, do you think it's safe for Ellen to go meet with Straff in Straff's camp?
Hell yeah. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, because they already have tried to send assassins, right? This is all they know. They've been trying to send people at him for like a while, right?
Right.
So it's not like all of a sudden he's gonna be like doody doody doo and like walk up in the camp and not have like all the whatever the plot
protection.
armor
right
around him, right? I mean, come on.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
That's my thoughts. Will, what do you got? I'm sorry, I'm not trying to speak for the two of us. Please go ahead, man.
I was going to go back to what you're saying about, Straff and Ellen.
Yeah.
Because I think you brought up a really interesting point, which I haven't thought about at all, is if they do come back together as father and son. If they do, I think it's going to be because Straff is going to put on a face, say, hey, yeah, let's realign with my son, and, we'll do that. And then he's going to come around and stab him in the back once he has a foothold in Luthadel.
Boom.
Okay.
There's nothing more damaging than a son trying to fight for his father's love.
Acceptance. Yeah, exactly. Yep. That's the classic storyline.
Yeah.
Do I think it's safe for Ellen to go into his camp? Yeah, yes and no. I don't know. Okay. I think he's gonna hopefully have the crew around him, because Ellen would be like, yeah, I'll go in there with a couple people, but I think his crew would be like, no, we need to come in there full force, no bullshit.
Sure.
Because if you come in there weak, they're gonna kill you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, absolutely.
If they do it,
absolutely.
If they do it right,
yeah.
So.
Yep. So, anything from all this before we move to afterwards?
Nope.
All right.
Great questions.
Yeah. So
afterwards, very good questions. Yes.
Yeah. Afterwards, the meeting ends. Zane leaves. Vin goes on patrol with us here, and as he's walking through, she senses Zane. Decides to go confront him, and they get into a pretty epic sparring battle, which I think she's mistaken, thinking that they're just sparring. At some point, she realizes that no, he's not backing down. He's not going easy. It was with a coin push. They got in a push match, and at some point, like he starts, trying to pull a coin through her, and he's like, "Okay, well, you've obviously won now, so you're gonna let go." And no, he just keeps on pulling harder. He's like, he's gonna kill me. Like,
so this Zane is a badass. He's really powerful, really good, knows how to use allomancy very well.
Yeah.
Right.
But he also sees Ven as like an equal because she's a Mistborn and he knows that. Right. So I think like there's the dynamic where like Zane is egotistical. He's not going to lose a fight like, by giving up. If he loses, it's because somebody beats him. But he also, I think, isn't going to kill Ven because he wants Ven on his team. I get the feeling because he keeps bringing up like, hey, like, why are you letting these people control you? Why are you letting these people, like, use you as their slave, like, break free kind of thing?
Right.
But he's with Straff, so he has to, like, defend himself if she doesn't, his influence, I guess.
Yeah. Did you like during the push match, she starts recalling some of the lessons that Kelsey taught her and, like, never get in a push match with someone bigger than you. And she's like, I'm being an idiot right now. I'm just I'm doing stuff that Kel told me not to do. Like, and I'm losing because I'm doing stuff I've learned not to do. Like, it's a matter of physics. She's a little tiny waif of a girl, and Zane's a full-grown man, and it's not going to end well for her in a push match. Like, it's just,
right. And Zane, I feel like Zane was never trying to kill her as much as he was trying to elevate her skills.
Yeah.
Because he, look, that coin in the mouth situation, brilliant. This is my guy. He's doing one of these numbers right now. He's like,
next level.
I mean, the coin in the mouth, I was like, and it was set up so many times that that's possible to do.
Yeah.
We've heard it how many times? If something is like inside the body, then it cannot be manipulated by another element. We've heard this so many times. It's been drilled in our heads.
Right.
And getting still, it caught us off guard. This guy had a coin in the mouth. I was like, God damn, dude. God.
Yeah.
But I feel
which is
like
brilliant. It's the simplest thing in the world, and it's
simple.
Just
simple, but yet and still he's like, hey, aha, it's like, got him. So but he knew exactly what he was doing, and he also knew, look, this lady took down the Lord Ruler.
Right.
There is no way he thought a coin in her back was going to kill her.
Right.
He didn't even for like a moment.
Sure.
Do I think that he like was like, oh no, this might have been too much? Nah, he knew. He's like, I'm dealing with somebody on another level. She got not lucky, but her stratagem was good enough that she was able to overcome the obstacles and take down the most powerful,
right.
Well, I mean, fair chemist, I guess we'll call him, at the end of the day, in history. And at the end of I'm like, I think that he was just trying to push her a little bit,
right.
But this is all courtship. Let's be honest about it. It's courtship. All right. Yeah, this whole thing about I want you to join us. We shouldn't be like subservient to the mortals. I'm gonna have mortals. Yeah. And this is courtship, right? He's flirting.
He's flirting.
That's all this
yes.
This is all
dude, the whole fight scene.
Yeah.
They talked about locking eyes at a couple points.
Yep.
I was like, oh yeah.
There it is.
Oh yeah. I see where this is going.
And even later, the conversation does
I'm really glad you said that, dude.
Yeah.
It's courtship, yeah.
And the conversation does go that way. Is like the whole slave, you're a slave to them or whatever. And and then she says, they love me because they love you. Did they even understand us? Like, how can any of them understand us? Like they'll never. They just use us.
Yeah.
We're tools to them. They'll never understand us. They can't.
Right.
Well, and when they first walk into the meeting room, when they're like, "Oh, we're gonna go meet the whoever that Straff sent," in Vin's head, she goes, "Shit, this guy's got ATM."
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't think we know if he actually has ATM or not.
But he could.
But if he did, he didn't use it on her, right? So another
that we know
another
of,
little, yeah. So
Yeah.
courtship.
Yeah.
Right. Well, and Orsier even kind of challenges her on this, like, hey, why do you keep sparring with this guy, and why aren't you telling Ellen about it? And,
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, Skeeter. Because I was thinking that the whole time too. It's like, weren't you being upfront about it? Oh, because you flirting, my lady. You flirting.
Sure. Well, but I mean, she tells him, the Allomancers and assassins are my thing. He's got a lot on his mind. So that's what.
Just call him a work bay.
He's work bay.
The work husband. Whatever. Just be honest with it, right? And she's like, "Oh, he gets me."
Yeah.
Wink. We know what
But Vin also does need someone to spar with, and she doesn't have anyone else. I mean, she had Kel, and now Kel's gone. So
yeah, she needs someone to spar with.
So you guys are shipping Zane and Vin.
Oh, I mean, come on. The only thing missing is the musk.
The musk. Good deal. And then towards the end, she thinks, about whether or not she can switch him to, maybe have him betray, Straff.
Oh, Lord have mercy, ladies out there in the world. I can change him. I can change him. No, you can't. Bad boys be bad boys. I can change him. I can bring him out. No.
If it walks like a duck, if it talks like a duck.
If that joke could be quacking. No, let it go. Let it go, ladies.
So anything else from this whole fight scene or from the little conversation they have?
By the way, Alan, I want that. So I want the graphic, the more you know. So when I say something like that, when I was like, ladies, if it talks like a duck and quacks like a duck, and I want you to be able to put up the graphic that says, the more you know.
Or just G.I. Joe.
Oh, that one too. So those are the two, Alan. That's your homework.
That's my homework. All right, we got to get those. The more you know. The NBC star, the more you know.
And then the more you know.
Knowing's half the channel.
Those two. Do
it. I'll work on it. I'll see what I can find. All right. Yeah. So, any other thoughts from all this? I mean, that's we pretty much end with that.
Yeah, I'm trying to make sure I didn't miss anything.
Right. I mean, I would point out, like, I love these sparring scenes. They're just kind of fun.
They're fun.
I mean, we don't go through all the details of it or whatever, but there's just a lot of cool little back and forth. It's
great.
Yeah,
Skeeter. Yes, it is.
Yeah. Sanderson writes action very well because you can just picture in your head like what's happening, what's going on. Like the whole battle, not touching the ground, is the game that she figures out they're playing, and it's like the game that my kids play with balloons. Keep you uppy, where you're trying to keep the balloon in the air and don't let it touch the ground. Which it's a really fun game to play.
Sure. Yeah, the ground is lava. Is
right?
Lava? Yeah, yes. Lava. There you go.
My last note I had written in my iPad was, can someone love someone that doesn't really understand what they are? So Zane, he gets it. He's trying to entice her, bring her to the dark side, which is not really dark side. It's just another side. But can she really, can Ellen really understand what Vin is going through when he does not really understand the fundamentals of what she is?
Which is a secondhand emotion, right? Because what's love got to do with it?
Oh, see, this guy, he's man, how many music song titles did you bring into that phrase right there? You just I know. Tina Turner always wins, by the way. R.I.P. rest in paradise, Tina Turner. But yeah, I mean, but Ellen doesn't really understand. I mean, this guy is like, he's book learned, but he doesn't know what it's like to be like, to deal with the power that they have. And then he also doesn't understand what it's like to be a ska. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and go on a wild tangent and say I think that Zane is also a ska.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Because I think that he knows that Vin is too. And that's the reason why I think it's not just a whole, a weird and misborn territory. I think it's we're both. I'm gonna go ahead and just go back to Harry Potter, half breeds, and it's like only we understand what we are in terms of how we have been subjugated, but also have incredible powers and capabilities.
Okay.
So that's my thoughts.
I hate this phrase, but there's a lot of truth to it in that real recognizes real. But maybe ska recognizes ska kind of thing.
Okay.
I mean, Ellen grew up in nobility, high class society, right? Vin did not. So that's huge separation there.
Yeah.
Zane, maybe he didn't. It seems like he's a little bit harder, if you will. I mean, Ellen has a lot of confidence issues. Zane clearly does not.
Yeah. And they are both utensils of the people that they work with. If you think about it, I mean, they're not like maybe they're in the inner circles because they are powerful, both of them. Right. But yet still, it's not like they're like part of the establishment.
Sure.
I mean, I'm not getting the impression that Zane is like the establishment, because I can imagine like he's just like being let to just run out and like, jump over rooftops, whatever night and do what he does if he wasn't like, just basically in the eyes of the nobility, like expendable, like, oh, well, whatever, do your thing. So I feel like right now there's a whole dynamic there too, where it's like, they just feel like, we're being used as pawns. Wait, we're being used as bishops in this chess game, not pawns. Bishops, maybe knights in this chess game. And they're like, knights are extremely powerful if you give us an opportunity.
Right.
Just like in chess. I mean.
Yeah, they got the short game, man.
Hey.
So I would counter the Tina Turner point.
Oh, I love a counter. Bit. Yes, please, go.
Please.
With a little bit of Paula Abdul. You gotta counterbalance each other a little bit, and opposites attract to a degree, right?
Oh, God damn, I love that song. God damn, I love that song. Hold that thought.
Savage.
Be lovers. He makes the bed, and she is
my
the
point
covers.
there being.
Anyway, go ahead.
We can. To have a successful relationship, you have to complement each other in certain ways too.
Sure.
So, and we did kind of skip past this at the beginning of the chapter. We had some really cute moments there between Vin and Ellen, where he comes in, she's like, my man's sexy with his new haircut and his uniform, and
that's right.
And he's like, oh man, your handwriting is like amazing, and also with the haircut, she's like, oh, does this mean I can cut my hair now? He's like, oh yeah, you can always cut your hair. I just think it's pretty that way. And she's like, okay, hair stays, So we got flirting at both ends here is all I'm saying.
I love the counterpoint. Thank you, Skeeter. That's why you're on the podcast. Thank you, sir. Love it. Yeah, I forgot. I mean, and the moment you said it, I was like, that's right. They did have this interaction at the beginning. Where it was like, that love was just like showing through. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Good point. Love a counterpoint.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I have to ask, because it's still the question that we still have not solved. Where's the Condra?
Who cares?
Who cares? Okay.
I mean, I'm sorry. I know that was like the big, reveal / cliffhanger at the end of part 1. It didn't really land hard with me. I was like,
okay, sure.
The Conjurer is the cook. Who cares?
Good deal.
I think the Conjurer ate Ellen. I think Ellen is the Conjurer.
Okay.
Wow, that's a hard take, man. Shoot.
Spicy.
Man, of all the people, I mean, that's
okay.
If it's true,
It'd be,
dude.
Plot twist.
Hey, go big or go home.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ellen's dead. He is a bag of antlers.
Ellen, aka Bag of Antlers. That's on his resume too, by the way. I don't know if you knew that. It's actually that's how he gets jobs now. He's just like, Ellen. Bag of Antlers. Skills. Ingest people.
So Alana does not care. There is a murderer.
To work.
I saw that too. Will just wants to work. And then, so Alana doesn't care. There's a murderer.
No, I don't care. Nope.
As long as he's not eating brains and
no care about this Conjurer. No. Now, if the Conjurer was Zane, sure, but that can't happen. So.
Yeah, because he has Allomancy. Yep.
Because I can't use Allomancy, so I'm like, not really.
Okay.
I get it. I'll be honest with you and tell you that I've lost a lot of interest in the whole idea of this whole mystery thing. And this is a guy that has read Agatha Christie novels on top of Agatha Christie novels. And usually I love a murder mystery. Yeah. I have no interest whatsoever in the Conjurer. I'm just like, okay, if the Conjurer happened to be clubs at this point in time, by the way, I really think it's like Spook. I'm just putting it out there. I really feel like the Conjurer is Spook. But I'm just like, okay. Yeah.
Cool. So favorite character. Clubs.
It's what's her name?
Tendril.
Thank you. Jeez, man, I was trying to look it up on my iPad. Yeah, but I like her because Clubs he wasn't featured long enough for me to actually make him one.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tendril. Man, she's on my work ethic too. I love it because the way she works is the same way I work. She's like all about that business, and she's like,
"Get done.
Be on top of things." Yeah. Love her. Yeah.
I should have asked before we went to favorite character. I just jumped right in. Skeeter, do you have any questions or anything else for them?
Yeah, Skeeter, man. What's up, man? Yeah.
No. I think I've covered most of my notes here. So
okay, good deal.
I have a question for Skeeter. What does your full shirt say? Because I see I did it, but I can't see the rest.
Oh, it's it. So it says I did it for the level. It's a kind of an inside joke. We have a wheel-time board game, and a lot of times we have to fuck with each other in order to advance our own side, and we'll just say,
okay.
Love it. Nice.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh man, Will, I'm glad you asked the question because
that's awesome.
Nice.
So basically, it's very cutthroat, and you do what you got to do to win.
That's right.
You do it for the love.
Skeeter's like,
but we like to pretend that we're just like, no, we're still friends. I didn't really want to hurt you, but, I had to.
I had to.
Love it. That sounds fun.
That's
so
awesome.
We're friends before this and after this, but not during.
Not during, right?
Yeah.
There you go. Will, favorite character?
Since Alando said Tyndall, I'm going to say Clubs because.
God damn it!
Well, because I love you, Alando, and I want to support your boy here.
But I love you still,
dude. Well, but what my reason behind that is because I was going to pick Tyndall, but since you picked Clubs as the other one who's helping make Ellen be a better leader, I guess, and I think that's huge right now.
Even though he's a Congress.
Yeah, that's Conjurer.
Conjurer or not, he's got a lead, okay?
Yeah. I mean, but you're so right, Will. He's like trying to like prop him up to be like, don't get too into your own ish. Just lead. Just do the thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like keep focused on what you got to do, because that's what's going to make you a better leader. Suffer through this period where you don't know what the hell is going to happen.
Right.
But just keep focused on what you got to do. The objective at hand is to lead, and do that. You'll be a better person for it. So so that's Clubs, right? He's a man of few words, but I feel like when he talks, like you've said so many times, Alondo, it's very profound and like well thought out. So
okay.
Clubs.
Okay.
Nice.
Skeeter, do you have a favorite?
You guys? Yeah, but might be breaking the rules a little bit, but I just dig Marsh's style, just piecing out and like.
Yeah.
Where's Marsh?
Because Marsh is like,
Jesus.
he is like, that's the whole question in the whole freaking 3 chapters.
Yeah.
Where's Marsh?
Yeah, these 3 chapters. Where's Marsh?
Where's Marsh? Yeah.
I give it to Seiza for keeping us cool, watching a dude literally start to gnaw on some other dude's arm, and still keep it together and not just flipping out.
But Seiza's, he's seen some things, right?
Yeah, Seiza has seen some things.
He's seen some.
Does Seiza have like a bracelet that he can take all this PTSD and just put it there?
And just take it out of his head and into.
He's going through some stuff lately.
Yeah, it's called cocaine. All right.
That's great. So, anything else before we do next time? All right. Next time we're doing 3 chapters again. 3, 18, 19, and 20.
Cool.
Yeah. Not quite to the end of this part, but we still got, actually, this is a big part. We still got a couple episodes left. But yeah, so we'll do 3 chapters again. I'll try to remember to bring up the bingo board again, see if we got any more further there.
I think we got bingo by now. I think we're getting close.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
I feel like, not my stuff, but I feel like Will has some stuff on the bingo board that might actually have us bingo.
I mean, I know if you guys lost internet connection, that's a way that you win.
Oh shit, that's right, but none of us did.
Yeah, but it has to be real. You can't just unplug your router.
No,
I got you. I win.
No. Yeah, it's gotta be like a tropical storm or something
like that. Middle of where you forget to pay the bill, something like that.
Yeah.
Anyways, so we'll do that next week. Next 3 chapters, and Skeeter, thank you again for coming and joining us.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Always a pleasure to have you.
Good hanging out, Skeeter.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, look forward to seeing you more in chat, and of course I talk to you on Discord all the time. But yeah. Which, speaking of which, how you get found is at thecosmereads.com, where you can find links to our Discord. And do all the fun things there. I do drop our episodes there. I do announcements and make and drop memes. That's mostly what I use my Discord for now. There are other channels as well that people discuss other things. We do not have Cosmere first time reader channels, but we do have Cosmere channels. So if that makes sense. So it's we just didn't want a million channels.
We've got some like no spoiler zones.
We do some no spoiler zones for Cosmere as well, and it is. At least Mistborn and Stormlight have their own sections as well. Right. So the other stuff, the standalone novels don't, but there's general Cosmere talk. So it's come over, check it out, join the Discord, follow us on all the social medias. We are on Twitter flags. And then our merch. Yeah, we got mugs. Some coffee mugs, and got some frosty mugs, got some shot glasses, all sorts of fun stuff. T-shirts.
Nice.
We're gonna have recorders soon.
So we'll have the official Cosmere Reads recorder.
Only just got that stank on it though. Nice.
That's pretty good. There you go.
That's the only thing that matters.
So come check out the merch. Join us on Patreon.
Yes.
I think we're actually going to plan to do at least once this book, we will do a live reaction to one chapter in particular that I know. I don't know what chapter it is, but I know what happens in the chapter. So when it comes, we'll do a live reaction.
Wait, yo, I need all the Patreon people, please.
Yeah,
because I am excited about this idea of live reactions.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we'll listen to the audio book and live. So it'll be fun. Yes. So that's coming down sometime in this book. And we might do one before the chapter I'm thinking of because it's later. But
nice.
At some point we'll do some. But yeah, that's something we will do. So until we get to that, just keep on listening to us, watching us wherever you want to consume this content. And that's all I got for this week. So until next time, guys.
Scott, thanks. Scott.